Hey, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning into my live. This is 20 Questions with Jay, and I am here with Coach Mean Reen. Hey, girl, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm nervous. How are you?
I hear that little cracker on your voice. I'm doing amazing, though. Are you ready for these 20 questions?
Yes. Let's go.
All right, let's get it started. So, originally, I would ask you what made you start YouTube, but we've already seen that in an interview that you had, and I'm so excited that you was able to have a successful interview with Queen. That was really, really amazing. I loved it.
Thank you.
You're so detailed, and I love that about you. So, I
Oh,
do want to
thanks.
start off. You're welcome, love. I do want to start off. I went down your videos, and I know that earlier today when I spoken to you, you asked me which video I watched first. I actually watched the very first video that you posted because I always go from the beginning because I need to know exactly where this came from.
Okay.
So I was actually really blown away when I seen your first video, like your presence and your editing and all of that. It kind of surprised me because most people, when they first get up on YouTube, it's kind of like a you watch them grow, but it seems like you were already grown into YouTube. It wasn't like YouTube grown into you, you grown into YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh, I like that.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I thought that was really fly. So, did you ever do anything familiar to YouTube as far as like editing or how you're able to present yourself? Why was it so natural for you to be able to start your first video?
That is a really good question. So, I've never done anything quite like YouTube, but in a former life, I was kind of a playwright. So, I directed and wrote plays when I worked as a school counselor in middle school. So, I'm used to putting on a show, you know?
Mm.
So, I kind of took those skills and turned it into YouTube skills.
Yeah, and it worked out
Hmm.
amazing for you because your first video, girl, I'm telling you, was like my vlog probably like 2 months in because I'm a fast learner, but I'm saying like your first video, it seems like that was probably like your 10th or 11th video and you made it your first video or something because, child, what? That was so good. So
Thank
that
you. I have to go
video,
back and watch it and
you
see.
probably need to, girl. Yeah, because I go back to my videos all the time to be able to kind of get the energy off of how it was when I first started to becoming to who I am now on YouTube, and it really helps sometimes. So that first video that I'm speaking of, you titled it "Travel Vlog, Houston, Texas, USA." So the next question I have for you here actually has to do with that video as well. When you got to Houston, Texas, you had got an email from a third party company that was clearly unprofessional. And they was telling
Mm-mm.
you how they had to cancel your car. And that kind of blew you, but I was happy that you was able to get another rental car. But dealing with that experience that you had with the mishap with the car, did that experience have a semi relation to why you want to be able to become a travel agent?
Hey, you're good at this, girl.
Thank you.
Um, hmm. I didn't even think about it like that, but a lot of the experiences I've had traveling because I like to travel. You'll see, I have quite a few travel vlogs,
You have a
and
lot and they're amazing.
I like to go away and escape. And I don't like going away and getting there and there's some kind of issue. I don't like that. And I especially don't like when people have very poor customer service skills. I find that
Mm,
to be a lost art in this age we living in. Everybody got an attitude and they act like they're paying you. It's the other way around. So kind of, yeah. Like all the experiences, that and all of the other times I've gone places and things weren't right. It actually started when I went to spring break when I was in college. I went to Jamaica. I
mm.
love Jamaica. You guys probably
Yeah.
know that. I went to Jamaica and we had booked a 2-bedroom villa. And I guess they thought because they college kids, so we're gonna get them when they come. They try to put us in a hut. I mean, a literal hut. It was a hut with 2 beds and a shower. That's not what we paid for.
Right.
So I had to turn into somebody else and get the villa that we were supposed to get. And they were trying to
Mm.
tell us that that wasn't going to happen. So I think all of those experiences kind of made me want to be a travel agent so that I can curate beautiful trips for people.
Yes, that is so amazing. And I love that. Sometimes you have to go through things for like new things to emerge and make you want to actually take a stand for it and all of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you guys
For
so
sure.
much for being here in the live. This is 20 Questions with Jay, and I am here with Coach Mean Reen. Please make sure to go and subscribe to her channel and check out her content, okay? So the next question I have actually has something to do with what I was just speaking on, which also has to do with the vlog you called Travel Vlog Houston, Texas, USA, which was your first video. So if you was to be able to start off a travel agent group, would you have something that somewhat has like a package deal for people that want to be able to travel and exercise, as far as everyone put in their yearly chip into something and they get to travel with you and exercise everywhere they go? Would that be something that you would want to do? And if so, how would you break that down?
So, yes, kind of. That's one of actually I was going to do my very first fitcation. That's what I'm gonna call them. You know how they say vacation, but
Mm-hmm.
I was calling them fitcations, and I was gonna do my very first one in 2021. So we all know what time of year that was, what time we were in.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people dropped off because they were scared to travel because of the C word. So that is actually something that I want to do, is do trips to beautiful locations and have a package where you guys get to work out with me, you get to hang out with me, work out with me. And then I also have other friends that do therapy, that do group therapy, couples therapy, and that kind of thing, and make it into like this wellness trip in a beautiful location. So that is something I want to do.
Mm-hmm. That's lit. And I can really see that happening for you. And that's really, really big. I feel like a lot of people would want to be able to get into something like that, especially people that don't have like anyone that's able to travel with them all the time and be
Hmm.
able to like do different things and still work out and be cute and all of that. Yeah, girl.
And turn
Hmm.
up, because we're going to turn
Yeah.
up too.
Oh, yeah, girl. I know you can turn up. I seen that video when you went to Megan Thee Stallion concert. I was like,
Uh,
ooh.
you really?
I was like, "Ooh, okay, she get lit lit." I saw
Yeah,
that
I
little
love
outfit you
Megan and
had on. I was
Glorilla.
surprised. I was surprised. Mm. I was like, "Yeah, that's what's up. I
Look,
like
Mama
that."
has lived, honey.
Period. Yes. Okay. So, the next question that I have here for you is, would you rather have no one show up to your wedding, or would you rather have no one show up to your funeral?
I'd rather have no one show up to my wedding, because the only person that needs to, well, the only one person that needs to show up to the wedding is the person I'm supposed to marry. But if no one shows up to your funeral, that means you haven't impacted anyone in your life. And I definitely wouldn't want that. Like, the goal is to leave your stamp here. And when you leave, people are affected and affected enough to show up at your funeral. So yeah, definitely nobody ain't gotta come to the wedding. That's okay. Except for the husband. He gotta come, because that's
I
who I
feel
gotta live with.
you. I definitely feel that, but at the same time, I definitely feel that. I feel like that was a difficult question when I thought about it, because I feel like a lot of people tend to come to the funeral because, like you said, they do get affected. But a lot of people do mess with you and whatnot. But sometimes there be people that will come because they know you're not there and they want to be able to pay their respects, and they pay it in a way that don't really mess with me. I feel like, to be honest, I'm gonna have a list of people that I'm gonna give to my mom to say, do not allow these people up in here, because I'm not even playing. When I'm not playing, and I'm sorry if that sound any type of way. But if you can't address me when I'm still alive, I don't think you should do
That's
that
true.
when I pass away. So that's just how I feel about it. But I
That's
definitely
true.
understand you. Yeah.
There's
Mhm.
definitely there's definitely a do not invite list. Like, I don't want that energy there. Like, to not to be morbid, but the one thing I can't stand at funerals, especially after going through my own terrible funeral and having to deal with that, is when people come to a funeral and they're like, they turn it into like a reunion, and they're in the
Mm,
funeral talking and laughing. I'm like, this, like, the family is going through right now. Like, if you want to laugh and joke, take it outside. So I get what you're saying.
I feel you. But you know, they also say that a funeral is supposed to be a celebration of life. And that's why people actually like celebrate because they're celebrating your entire life. You know what I'm saying? And all of that. So I understand that part too. But as far as my do not enter list, that is very valid, honey. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold you, honey. Yeah, okay. So the next question I have here for you is you have a video on your page that you titled, I tried cryotherapy for the first time. In that video, you and your husband went to the cryotherapy and you was able to go into this chamber that you had to step into. You actually had to step into a chamber that had nitrogen vapor. The vapor was at -1 degrees Fahrenheit, and you had to stay in there for 2 minutes and 30 seconds. When you had stepped in there, you ended up really freaking out. And when you got
Like,
out,
freaking out.
you said that you felt like you couldn't breathe and it just seemed like it was really, really, really difficult for you. What was going through your mind right before you exited the chamber?
Like, when you step in, I'm claustrophobic. So when you step in to the chamber, it's like it felt like the walls are closing in. Well, it felt like that to me, like the walls were closing in on me. And then all of that smoke, it was, even though you can breathe, but it's more of a mental thing. It was like all of that smoke coming at me, and it was really cold. And when I breathe in cold air, it starts to burn it was just too much stimulus at once. I was like, I gotta get out of here. I was like, let me out, let me out.
That's exactly what it looked like. I was kind of scared for you the way that you was
I
trying to
was
get up out of there
scared.
because it seemed like they had to push buttons in order for the door to open, and it
Yeah.
seemed like it wasn't opening fast enough. I wanted to like get us out of there.
Like,
Like
get me
what?
out of there.
Yeah. If y'all
I will
haven't
not
seen
do
that
that
video,
again. I will not do that again.
if y'all haven't
Mm-mm.
seen that video, she has it on her page and it's titled I tried cowparody for the first time. Y'all need to go and watch that because she did her big one. Um my people in the chat, can y'all please take care of oh, thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. All right. So the next question that I have here for you is if you were to create a home for someone that you hated, and this home was built off your emotion that you had for them and your thoughts that you had for them, how would this home look like?
I don't know if who do I hate that much that I'm gonna spend that much energy to build a home for them? Who? Who? No. What would it look like? Okay. So, I know who I'm thinking of. Okay, okay. So the first of all, the floor has nothing but nails that stick up. So every time they walk, they step on a nail. You know how much that hurts?
How I can only imagine.
And then the bed is a steel bed, like just a flat surface with no mattress, no pillow, no covers. There's no heat in the house. There's no running water. The only thing you got is an outhouse that you got to walk down the way. You got to walk a mile down the road to go to the outhouse to relieve yourself. And then the only way for you to shower is to go to a well, which is another mile down the road that way, to
Oh,
go collect water, bring it back, babe, cold behind water, because you ain't got no running water, you ain't got no gas, you have nothing. All you got is the roof over your head and the nails under your feet.
oh,
Amen.
wow. I can't imagine you running to open the front door.
Hmm.
You better not come. You better not come over there, child, because you're gonna have to be waiting for a while. Do you know how long it will take me to take my first step getting off the bed? You know how
Right.
people said it's hard for me to get out of the bed in the morning?
Oh, it's gonna be hard for them
It's
because
gonna
the
be hard.
entire house, nails sticking up everywhere.
Child. Thank you, Queen. Yes. So thank you guys so much for being here in the live. I appreciate y'all. This is 20 Questions with Jay, and I am here with Coach Mean Reen. Please make sure to go and subscribe to her channel and check out her content, okay? So, the next question that I have here for you is, if you had a flute and this flute was filled with paint, and every time you played the flute, paint will splash over whoever you're playing it for. When would you play this flute for your husband?
Child, you okay? Have you? I don't really care for Tyler Perry movies, right? And this movie was especially terrible. I can't remember the name of it, but there was a scene in the movie where they were both covered in paint. Did you? I don't know if you've
I
seen
think
this
I know
movie.
what you're talking about.
I can't remember the name of the movie. Anyone in the chat remember? But it'll definitely be during sexy time, because we could take it there, baby, with the paint, and that paint is gonna be gold. Okay.
I bet it will be gold, child. I bet it
Ooh, we
will be
gonna
gold.
shimmer.
Mm-mm.
Mia Copa,
Mia
yep.
Cope. Okay, okay, Corey. Corey is up on her Tyler Perry movies. Don't play with her. Yes. Okay. Mm-hmm. I can imagine that because I feel like that will be really, really fun. Child, I like to do all kinds of stuff.
Yes. Just play the flute, play like a siren song. So he's in a trance and all this gold glitter and stuff come out.
Oh, that I like how you
Ooh.
twisted that. I like how you twisted that. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Definitely gonna be in the trance. Definitely. Mm-mm. That's so funny. I can imagine instead of it just splashing, it will just like float and fall all over.
Yes. Create a
That is
scene,
so
create a
funny.
vibe.
Yes. Okay. So the next question I have for you here is, if 50 Cent was to come to you and said that he's making a movie on R. Kelly, but he wanted you to choose the title for this movie, which one of these would you choose? Are You Killing Me? Trapped in a Jail Cell? Or It Seems Like You Did It?
Are you killing me? Yo, gay. Are you killing me? For sure.
You'll choose that
That's a
one?
good one.
Are You
Mm-hmm.
Killing Me?
Mm-hmm.
That child, they gonna be on that for days on the internet. And you know 50 Cent, he's so good at making
And
names
he
for his
is so good, and
movies.
he's so good at trolling people too. Like he is the troll king. You understand? Are you killing
Mm-mm.
me? Trapped in a
Okay.
jail cell.
Trapped in a
Oh,
jail
those are
cell.
good.
Yeah. It seems like you did it.
It seems like you did it. It seems
Yeah.
like you did it. Hey.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yo.
All right. So the next question I have here for you is, if you created your own activewear that had high tech features, what would your suit be able to do?
It'll be able to take all of the belly fat off. Like instead of having to go and do like a tummy tuck, you would wear the pants and it would literally melt all of your belly fat off.
Ooh.
Wouldn't that be
Mhm.
fire? Like you could just put some pants
Do you
on.
understand? Are you kidding me? What? I would have that
Everybody
on right
buying that,
now.
first of all.
How much would you sell it for?
Ooh, that'll be a couple $1,000 because you're cutting the cost of having to go and get a tummy tuck or lipo. It's like literally lipo and pants. Come on, you gotta pay me.
It
You gotta
is.
pay me. So
They
it would be
definitely gonna have
like,
to spend.
I don't even know how much. I would really have to think about that. But you could probably get it. I probably let it go for like $8,000.
I can see that. I can see that for sure. Child,
And
I
then there'll be a
honestly kind
sale.
of
Like the first batch that come out, there'll be like a
like the
fifty
first
percent off
50.
sale.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
50 for
And then
50.
those people will go out and be like, "Oh my god, these pants are amazing. They're miracle pants." And then
They are
everybody
miracle
else,
pants.
they are.
Mhm. They are miracle pants. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I like that. Girl, those you're gonna have a huge warehouse because those pants is gonna sell out for sure.
What? I'll
Like, are
be a
you kidding me?
trillionaire. A
Mm-hmm.
trillionaire. People will find the money. They'll
They
Klarna it.
will.
They'll do whatever they gotta do.
Mm-hmm. They sure will. Mm-hmm. Okay. So the next question I have here for you is, would you rather fly with an unexperienced pilot that's scared of heights, or would you rather climb a mountain with an elderly person?
Oh my god. Okay, so the elderly person, right? Definitely climb the mountain with an elderly person because I'm already like uneasy about flying. So an inexperienced pilot and they're scared of heights. Like, why would you even become a pilot? Like, what are we doing? So, but climbing a mountain, and you probably gonna end up having to like carry them or something. But I'll deal with that. I lift weights, so I'll deal with the elderly person climbing the mountain.
What if that mountain was Everest Mountain?
Still like so okay. So the pilot, right? Let's go back to the pilot. So he's is does he have like a co-pilot?
No.
Uh-uh. I have to climb the mountain, y'all. I'm gonna have to climb the mountain, even if it's Everest. Will this have to take a lot of breaks? Oh God, that would be really hard. But it could be if is the elderly person my mom?
No.
She's 70.
No, it had to be a stranger.
Mm, yeah, climb the mountain. Because you see how these planes are falling out the sky? We ain't doing it. What would you do?
I think that I would probably, oh, I would be so scared. I would want
Mm-mm.
to choose the mountain, but if it's gonna be Everest Mountain, child, I don't know. Because first off, not a lot of people are able to make it to the top, and we're gonna have to climb to the top. And it's gonna be freezing cold and you're elderly, you're probably shaking too much, it's probably gonna end up like offing you, child. But if you're an unexperienced pilot, but you know how to fly, you just never flown before.
Mm-mm, I ain't doing. I can't. Wait, if I didn't know that they were inexperienced, but you're getting on the plane knowing that they don't know how to like this is their first flight and they're
Mhm.
scared of heights. Uh-uh. We gonna have to take our chances on that mountain.
I don't even blame you. I think I would take the mountain too, to be honest, because yeah, I ain't going out like that. I'd rather go out and try my best to hold on to whatever
With your feet on
warmth
the
I
ground,
can.
right?
Yeah,
As
whatever
opposed to
warmth I
coming out
can.
of the sky in a plane. Mm-mm.
Okay. I see everybody in the chat is like, oh child, nah. Some people saying the mountain,
They,
some people saying it's a tough one. A lot of people saying it's the mountain actually. Okay. I feel y'all because I would do the mountain too for real. I
yeah.
ain't got time. Okay. So the next question I have here for you is, if you ran out of toilet paper and you didn't have any napkins or any Kleenex, what would you use?
Yo, Jay. Ah, if you ran out of toilet paper and you didn't have napkins, we don't have wipes,
Nah, you don't have none of that.
nothing.
You don't have wipes, you don't have towels. What would you use?
Leaves. We got a tree,
So you going outside to get that leaf?
but I know I don't have toilet paper beforehand, or I don't
Okay.
know.
So you're not gonna use your clothes, so that's just out of the question.
That's gross.
So what about the shower curtains? I mean, it's right next to you.
Oh, Jay.
I mean, it's right next to you, child. What you gonna do? Pull your pants halfway
Ah!
up and go outside and
But I
grab a
would
leaf?
probably not honestly. What I would honestly do, you know what I was thinking? Like when you asked the question, I'm thinking like I'm in the wilderness somewhere.
Nah,
Not
you in your house.
if I'm in my house, I'm gonna hop in the shower.
Okay, that's good. I like that because that, yeah.
And I got the
But
shower head that detaches, so
oh yeah, you're gonna have to.
look.
I hope you got real high pressure, honey, because yeah,
Ooh, child.
soap and water. Yeah, you
Yeah.
see, Sheba Baby Talk says soap and
Look,
water,
oh, they saying,
baby.
oh yeah, in the chat they saying, yeah, I would shower, soap and water.
Soap and water, baby.
But if I was in, I thought like when you asked the question, I immediately thought like you're in a camping trip or something, and you're in the woods. So if I'm
Oh
in the
no, maybe I should
woods,
have clarified it, but nah. Yeah, that's why. Yeah,
my mind
honey.
goes over there, Jay. Like
Oh
it
no,
goes
trust
over
me,
there.
my mind does too. I ain't even gonna hold you. Okay. So the next question that I have for you here is, if you was to pick a brand ambassador to represent your Zoom classes, and your Zoom classes that you had were actually a digital class that you was able to sell. So it would be like a one-time sell, almost like that how they used to do on the DVDs when they used to actually have that. If someone was to be your brand ambassador, who would you want it to be?
Is this person a celebrity or just anyone?
They could be a celebrity, they could be whoever you choose.
Lizzo. If it was a
Hmm.
celebrity, because right, so she's recently like lost weight, and she did it by allegedly working out and exercising, right? So, and I'm a plus size fitness coach, so I would want someone that's a little fluffy because I promote like being the best version of you and not like you don't that's not necessarily a six pack and all of that. And if not Lizzo, then myself.
I
But
feel
I'm not a
you.
celebrity,
Yeah,
so
it would have to be other than yourself, someone there.
definitely
Hmm.
Lizzo.
I feel you on that, and I feel you on the reason why you say that, but I don't really know if I would go with Lizzo because of like all the backlash that she's been having with everything that happened. That's the whole reason why she kind of, I wouldn't say take a break because it really wasn't taking a break. She wasn't trying to. She was forced to because of everything that happened with, all of that, like the lawsuits that was kind of against her and everything. So to me, I was kind of actually thinking like Jasmine Sullivan,
I didn't even think of
because
her.
she's a little bigger and she lost a lot of weight and she's not even
I
that
didn't
big,
even she
and
didn't
she
even
looks
cross
really
my mind.
good. She's never been in any incidents, and she can sing her
Yeah.
butt off, and she's loved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but you know what? With the controversy, right? We could flip that because what we could do with that, like Jasmine would be anyone that's not skin. Like, I don't want someone that has like the traditional fit body. Like, that's not what I would go for. Um, so Jasmine, I mean, she has lost, and she used to be bigger, and she lost a lot of weight, and people love
Mhm.
her. That's actually a good one. But the reason why I said Lizzo was, yeah, she does have that negative press, but we could kind of flip that, right? Like as like a second chance. And this is your opportunity for your second chance at the body of your dreams. And we could kind of flip it in that way
Mhm.
and kind of help her re-image herself. But Jasmine would be a good choice. So either one, really.
Yeah.
So I have to pick one. You said pick one. Pick one. I'm going with
Skit
Lizzo.
Lanta. Yeah, Skit Lanta said that brand ambassadors need to have a good reputation, which is what I was thinking too.
Yeah. So you
Because that
guys
can
love
also, you got to
Jasmine?
think of it, that can also kill your brand. You know what I'm saying? People will probably never want to mess with you because they don't want to mess with her or something like that.
Yeah. All right, Jasmine, you win. But how I want to know, how does she lose weight?
Jasmine?
Yeah.
I honestly don't know, but to be honest, I feel like she probably worked
And
out because
it probably doesn't even matter.
she was never even that big. I feel like, and it happened over years. You know, it wasn't like she
Yeah.
came out of nowhere and just all of a sudden, like, no, she had came down out of years. I feel like we all like kind of watched her lose weight. It wasn't like a disappear and reappear kind of situation. Mm-hmm.
I think you're selling me, Jay. So when I have this brand, we got to reach out to Jasmine.
Yeah.
Jasmine
Mm-hmm.
Sullivan, in case you
Hey,
ever see this one
Jasmine.
day. Hey,
Yeah.
Jasmine.
Mm-hmm. Thank you guys so much for being here in the live. This is 20 Questions with Jay, and I am here with Coach Mean Reen. Please make sure to go and subscribe to her channel and check out her content, okay? Also, P9 Travel
Jennifer
Blog said, what about Jennifer
Hudson.
Hudson? And she
Ooh,
did
that's
go on that
another
whole
good one.
thing. She did didn't she do that thing? I forgot what it was called. She was I think she was their brand ambassador. What was it?
Jennifer Hudson, was it not Weight Watchers?
I think it was Weight
Was it?
Watchers. I think
She would be
so.
good, and she could sing too. My
And she
lord,
could sing too, and people
today,
really like
and
her.
she
Yeah.
has a talk show, so she
Oh,
could promote it on her talk show.
what about Fantasia before she lost her weight? That would have been a good thing too,
And
honestly.
she's into working out. See, I was like, my
Hmm.
immediate thought was my girl Megan, but
She had a lot of bad press on her name
she
right
got
now,
bad
though.
press. But her body type is great, but it's not
Hmm.
the angle I want to take.
Yeah.
I'm looking for like the everyday girl, not just
Yeah.
not the stallion. You know,
Yeah. And that's why I kind of
we
felt
gonna
like,
work ourselves up to being a stallion. You know, like that kind of thing.
hmm
But
yeah.
Jennifer Hudson is a good choice too. And she doesn't
hmm
have any bad press really.
Yeah.
Except she doesn't have the best selection in men, but that's a different conversation.
I feel you. Skip Lancer was saying, I would choose someone that's not a celebrity or people or someone that someone can relate to, people that someone can relate to. I feel that
That's
too.
that's kind of what I was but then I was like,
Kind of
but
like, if
who?
anything, I mean, I feel like it would have to be, if not like a full blown celebrity, like someone that's actually themselves in the spotlight. What about Steph Curry's wife?
I don't know. Alicia?
I think so. Aisha Curry.
Didn't she have some bad press before? She said something dumb.
The only thing that she had on her that I remembered was the situation that happened when she was trying to be cute for other men or whatever. But her husband was always like supporting her, and everyone thought that he was going to leave her, but he ended up showing that he was really down for his honey. So,
Hmm.
hmm okay.
Um, that's I'm gonna think about that like seriously because I got goals, I got dreams, you know. And one day says you're breaking up. It seems
Who? Me?
I don't. Queen just said you're breaking up. Seems maybe not
Mhm.
us. I don't know.
Okay. Okay. So let me go ahead and move on to the next question I have for you here. So this one is, if you lived in a world where everyone was equally successful, what would be the
Hmm.
negatives and what would be the positives?
The positives would be there would be no homelessness. No one would be hungry. Everyone would have somewhere to sleep at night. But then we'll find something else to beef about. There'll be some other issue. It wouldn't erase racism. It wouldn't erase that kind of stuff. And then if we're all in an even plane, that doesn't necessarily mean everybody would have the same financial sense, right? Like we all have the same amount of money, but some people would spend it on designer, other people would buy more properties. So there would still be competition because we're humans. So humans find a way to be competitive. It was still right, greed would still exist. It would just exist in a different way. Is if
So,
we woke up tomorrow and everybody, like I always think about that with reparations. Like if every black person were to get reparations tomorrow, Remember that episode? I don't know if you guys saw, if you saw this, Jay, the episode of Dave Chappelle when he did it like a sketch and black people got reparations. Did you see that?
I don't think I saw that.
Girl,
I
after
never saw
this,
that, but
I'm
I
gonna
like
send you
Dave
the link. It's
Chappelle,
on,
so
I
he's
think it's
so
on
funny.
you, I think it's on YouTube.
It probably
I think
is,
it's on,
girl.
you guys see it. It's hilarious. So I think about that and I'm like, every single, if we all were to get equal amounts of money, everybody's not going to do the same thing with the money.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So there will still be other issues. There will still be people that are sick. There will still be, I'm not sick physically, I mean mentally sick. There will
Mhm.
still be jealousy. There will still be people that are greedy, that want what you got even though they got what you have. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Damo is so funny over there thinking of Supreme's thing that he came out with. I'm rich, bitch. That's so funny.
Yeah.
So I
That's where it comes from. That
actually
episode.
that's funny, I know. So when I thought of this question, I had asked my husband because I love to pick his brain because he's really, really smart for real. He
Are we
was
ever
telling
gonna
me
meet your
that,
husband?
I mean, he's been on some videos,
Oh, I
but
gotta
he
join.
hasn't, yeah, he hasn't done a live, if that's what you're saying. But one
Hmm.
day, one day. So when I asked him, he was saying that the negatives would be the point of people that actually work jobs that should be paying them more, like doctors. They wouldn't want to do their job because why would they want to work harder when someone that's flipping burgers at McDonald's is getting the same pay as them? You know what I'm saying? And that's the whole reason why some people like to move from countries that are actually like that, where everyone has like equal pay. Because why would you want to work harder if you're going to be getting paid the same amount as someone that's supposed to be doing a really hard job? You know what I'm saying?
That's
And that's what would
definitely true.
throw everything off, you know?
Right, that
Hmm.
would take away from people's drive to do better, right? Because
It will.
everybody has the same thing.
Yeah, it will kind of make you lazy because it wouldn't matter. Nobody would want to work a hard job. And those hard jobs usually are the jobs that you need the most. You need doctors, you need nurses, you need people that do these jobs that are actually necessary. But because they have more work to put into it, you're not, some people aren't going to even take that job all that serious because they're going to be sick of it when they can really just go and throw newspaper. You know what I'm saying? They can
But
throw
then
newspaper and make
the
the
other
same money
flip
as a
side of
doctor.
that, but the flip side of that is people that become doctors would actually truly want to be a doctor.
Yeah,
Or sat in the doctor's office with a doctor that obviously became a doctor because they're going to get paid, as opposed to a doctor that really cares about their patients. So the people that end up really doing that and becoming doctors would actually be like really committed to being a doctor because they're not
yeah.
doing it for the money.
Yeah, but you also got to think that some people are actually trying to get a job that's going to help them be financially free. You know what I'm
So
saying? And
don't be a doctor then.
they will try to be able to do something like that. But it's crazy because if that's going to be the case, there'll probably be fewer doctors. And what if there was fewer doctors and still the same amount of people that's out there? There'll be a lot of tragedies. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's really amazing that we're able to be in a country that does have different pays for different things. Because when you think about it like that, it really kind of puts that type of image in your head to understand that this is really needed. I know a lot of people tend to think that it would be amazing if everyone was able to get the same pay. It would be amazing if things was going to be easier to do like this. But when you actually think on how things are, it makes sense for it to be the way that it is.
If we can meet in the middle,
I would want to
where
be in the
because
middle, girl. Trust and believe that.
not financially, not where everybody's making the same thing, but I mean where, because my mom, she just came back from a trip. She went all over Africa, right? And she said when she went to places like Madagascar, the poverty is so great. Like it makes you, it stops your breath. She was like, some people are so poor that it's like absolutely it should be, it's like inhumane how poor they are, right?
Mhm.
So if there was a way where no one couldn't have to suffer that level of poverty, not everyone is like on the same level, but at least we could have a society where if you are like uber rich, where you have so much money, you can literally shit money. Like,
Mhm.
if we could have it where you can give a very small portion of that, just so there's no homelessness. There's no one that has to suffer like that. They at least have a roof over their head and don't have to worry about where their next meal is coming from. But that's just me being the social worky girl. And
I
if
feel
that could
that.
happen, that would be nice. But I get
Yeah.
what you're saying about people not having the drive to do the jobs that require a lot of work and getting compensated for it. But then I think about the flip side of that and all of the terrible. Someone mentioned teachers in the chat. A lot of people say that teachers don't make a lot of money. They make a decent salary. Okay, teachers
Mhm.
can make 120 to, and principals can make $150,000 a year. That's a decent salary, and people go after those positions for that reason, and for like to have like to have some leadership responsibilities. People like power trips. There's people that love that,
Yeah. Mhm.
and they're driven by the salary. They're not driven by the fact that they're running a educational
Yeah.
facility. They don't care about that part. So
Mhm.
it's kind of a flip side to it.
Yeah. So Queen was saying, I don't like the division. Everyone should get paid the same or not paid at all. And Corey said, everyone should have enough to take care of themselves and bills. Shiva Baby Talk says, the corporation is so bad in so many African countries and the people are starving. P9 said, it's a shame people are in poverty like that. Very sad. Yeah.
Very sad.
And Lunar Dream said, I 100% agree, and the billionaires could easily end work hunger or world hunger. There's enough resources on the world for all of us. There's no reason for anyone to starve.
I
Hmm.
agree.
Yeah.
And when she came back, she was like literally in tears. Like, she said she gave, like that, like they went into like a village, and like I forgot what they were going to the village for. They were going to do something like some community work in the village, and they were in a van. When they pulled up, like everyone from the village ran and rushed the van and started asking, like, please, like, well, in their language, like, for pretty much for money, like, help us, help us, help us. And when she looked around, like how you could just like how poor the community was, no running water, no lights, no like like that's no one on earth should be living like that.
Hmm.
That's I really wish that that didn't exist.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. Thank you guys so much for being here in the live. This is 20 Questions with Jay, and I am here with Coach Mean Reen. Please make sure to go and subscribe to her channel and check out her content, okay? So, the next question I have for you here is, when did you fall in love with yourself?
Ooh. Ooh. So I'm gonna keep it like I keep it 100, right? So, hmm. I didn't love like I can't say I really loved myself as a like a teenager. I think I don't know if everyone goes through that, but that teenage angst and you just not happy with everything in life generally. But when I really fell in love with me would have to be when I became a mom. When
Mm,
I gave birth, and like I, I was in awe. Like, I thought that was like the most amazing thing. Like, you can actually create life.
yeah.
That that's when I really started to like understand that it's greater than your looks, it's greater than your stance in life, like where you are, how much money you have. There are greater things. And that's definitely one of them, being able to create life and to affect change in this little tiny human. Like, it was just,
Yeah.
it was amazing. It's amazing. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's when. So I was 24 and I'm
Mm.
now 46. Mama
You
grown.
are so funny, girl. You're so funny. That's one thing I love about YouTube. Like, I feel like
Aw.
age doesn't play a part in how you are on YouTube. It's all about your personality and how you do your big one, child. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like, and that's what I love about it.
I think you have to be. Some people don't, they don't talk about their age, and that's their prerogative. But I'm proud of how old I am,
Mm-hmm.
because not just because other people haven't made it, but I made it. I made it to today. I'm 46
Yes.
years old, and I'm still
Mm-hmm.
able to do things that people half my age are not able to do. I'm able to
Mm-hmm.
drop it low, pick it up slow. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I
That's
I
true.
love it. I feel juicy. I'm like your age, like age is a construct, right? I mean, it's
Mm-hmm.
a real thing. Like I really
Yeah.
am 46, but I embrace it, and I
Yeah.
think everybody should. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Sheba.
Yes. Skillanta said, that's why I don't look down on anyone because of money. It's your character that carries you, which is so true. Hmm. And
Thank you,
Queen
P9
said, yes,
Travels.
I think that's a great perspective. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, girl, you really do look freaking amazing. I ain't even gonna hold you. And
Oh,
that's why I'll
thank
be
you.
like,
I work
yeah,
hard, man. I work
yeah.
hard at it. I
Oh,
work
girl, you
hard.
ain't gotta tell us. We know that. We know that. You so do. Hmm. Okay. So the next question I have for you here is, if you were swimming with your best friend under the ocean and your oxygen tank ended up having very low oxygen to the point that the both of you wasn't going to be able to make it up, which one of you would go up to get help? Like you would have to take the oxygen tank with you in order for you to make it to the top.
And the oxygen tank is low.
Like you're sharing the
I have
oxygen
to
tank.
go because I'm faster. That's a benefit of working out. I work out so I can swim my tail up to the top, hurry up, get the oxygen, come back. So I gotta go.
You probably would be faster because you do work
I
out.
would be faster than my best friend. I tell you that right now. I try to get her to come on and stop playing and work out. I got a strong core. I got strong legs. I could get up to the top quick and come back. And I wouldn't.
Ciao.
You're right. You're right. How do you say your name? Skitlanta.
Atlanta. Mm-hmm.
Honey. I would not. You're right. I would not. That's the real answer. First of all, I wouldn't be in the ocean. But if
That
with
is real.
playing along with the scenario, I would have to go because she could stay down there and stay still and slowly suck the oxygen or whatever while I boom up to the top, come back. You got to be fit to fight against the current and all of this. So I got to go save us.
You gotta go. So you gotta be Superwoman, child. You
Oh
gotta be
Lord,
Superwoman.
I would never ever want to be in that scenario
I would never want to be in that scenario either. I
ever,
understand.
Jay. Like
I knew it
ever.
was hard. That's why I wanted to ask.
You really like your questions really make you think, like you think about things you would never ever think about. And but it's cool though. It's like you really sit here thinking, like here picturing us in the ocean with this oxygen tank and me being
Mm-hmm.
like like what? I love
Child.
it. I love it.
All right. So the next question I have here for you is, if you were called to come onto the show 600 Pound Life and you had to encourage these people on losing weight, how would you change their daily routine in order to make it successful for you?
I watched that show. I don't know, a lot of people don't like to watch it, but I watched that show and I think I could help them because, well, some people, the people that kind of want to be helped, because I have never been 600 pounds, but the mentality that a lot of them have about like not believing in themselves and feeling like stuck in their body. I deal with that with some of my clients, and myself, like when I was my heaviest, right? So what I would do is I my coaching style, I would meet them where they are, and then I'm gonna fight like hell to make them level up. So I will meet them where they are. They say they can't walk. All right, well, we're gonna do some chair exercises together. I'm gonna get in the kitchen with them, show them how to cook differently, show them why what they're eating is bad. Because sometimes people just don't really know. And share my experiences with them, but I wouldn't judge because I know what I don't know what 600 pounds is like, but I know what it feels like to feel stuck in a bigger body and not know how to get out of it. I be feeling bad.
Mhm.
Like I feel bad for them. And Dr. Now is great, but I don't know what his story is, but I don't think he's ever been 600 pounds or heavy. I don't think
Yeah.
he's ever been
I
overweight
don't think so
because he's like,
either.
just stop eating. And for some people, it's really not that
Yeah.
simple because there's a
Mhm.
food addiction there. So,
Yeah. And sometimes when you get used to something, it's hard to break that cycle. And for some
yes.
people, sometimes just like getting over a situation, like anything, like a horrible time in your life, sometimes they rely on that, and that was their only go-to for like help. And
Yeah.
losing that would kind of feel like actually having to go through the therapy that they thought they got over years ago.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like, I think I could help most people. Some people, they're kind of unfortunately beyond help because a lot of it is mental, and if they don't get the psychotherapy that they need and they're willing to like engage in psychotherapy, if they're not willing
Mhm.
to do that, then I don't care who coaches them, they're not going to change at all. And sometimes the trauma that they went through is just too great, unless they're going to go and seek some serious mental health services. But I would
Mhm.
definitely love to do. I would actually like to be on that show and
Mhm.
help
Yeah,
them
'cause
work out. Oh my god, I would love that.
that would be so different. That would be really
I
different.
would love to do that. I love, like, I absolutely love coaching. Like, I love fitness, especially like people that don't think that they can work out. Like, I love watching them bloom and blossom and like
Mhm.
actually become fit and be waiting for me in the Zoom before I get
Mhm.
there. Like, they waiting. They like, where you at? Like,
Right. Like, come on,
I
let's
love
go.
it.
Let's get it on. I'm ready. I'm here.
Yeah, I love
Mhm.
it.
Okay. Thank you guys so much for being here in the live. This is 20 Questions with Jay, and I am here with Coach Rainey. Please make sure to go and subscribe to her channel and check out her content, okay? So, this here is actually your last question. Thank you guys for making this far into the show. I'm so excited. And I'm happy that you made it all the way through.
Yay. I can't believe it's the
Yes.
last one already. Wow.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, this question I have for you here is, if someone came up to you and said that they had a lot of money, but they would prefer to get their body done because they get faster results, but they want to ask you, why should they work out instead?
Okay. Because so they want to get their body done. That's great. But the issue is after you get surgery, you still gonna have to work out. There's no, like, surgery is nice and it can help you to mold your body. I actually wouldn't discourage them from getting surgery. Like, let's say you mean like plastic surgery, right?
Like they not like they rich and they don't feel like they need to. So
They
it'd be
feel like
like
they don't
they feel
need
like
to
they
work
won't need
out.
to. Yeah.
So they're just gonna keep going and getting surgery every year? Is
They
because you gotta
probably will.
maintain it. You
Mm-hmm.
get surgery, you have to maintain it. Have you seen someone that had plastic surgery and then started eating and not working out, what their body looks like? Have you seen it?
I've never seen
Their booty look like a diaper.
it.
It is
Child.
not. And then when you do lipo, and you don't maintain it and eat properly and do what you have to do to maintain your body, fat deposits in other areas. So you'll see them with like a fat neck. You'll see them with like
Mhm.
irregular arms, cankles. Like the fat it's gonna go somewhere else. Like you can't make it disappear. Like you can suck it out of your belly, but if you eat the way you've been eating, it's gonna go to your neck. Like you see little Kim and how her face is like really swollen. That's because she's done so much lipo. The fat doesn't have anywhere else to go, so it goes here.
Mm.
So you can do all the surgery you want and look like little Kim, fine. Or you can come to class with me and
Coach me,
age
Rain.
gracefully. You want to age gracefully, or
Yeah.
you want to look like little Kim? What you want to do? That's what I would say.
I know, right? That is a good point to say right there. That would probably get anyone on like the winning side for sure to be able to work out.
But you know what? I think
Mhm.
some people would still go with the plastic surgery route because everybody's about fast, quick fixes,
Mhm.
not taking the time to work. That's why certain people, I'm not going to say their name on this live, on YouTube, blew up because they were promoting quick fixes. YouTube is easy, you know? So people like that. People like easy. People like fast money. People like now. But if you take the time to really nurture and care, like wine, like you know how aged wine is like the
Mhm.
finest of wines, honey. Do you want to
Mhm.
age like wine, or you want to age like Lil Kim?
You are so funny.
I'm sorry, Lil Kim. I'm sorry. I'm just using it as a visual. I see when I look at her, I see you've had a lot of lipo and you still have not learned how to eat better because it's all up in here. Like all of the fat is under your eyes, it's in your cheeks. You probably got cankles and it goes in places you don't need it to go, boo. Don't do that.
Supreme is so funny with the pause. Yes.
I
But
don't.
okay,
I'm
yeah.
okay. I won't say her name. You know, I'll say another celebrity. I don't know, someone else, or someone just a visual of someone that has a very puffy face and a very large neck, but their body is like kapow. I can tell immediately that they've been doing
Mhm.
lipo. I
Yeah.
know. Look, Danielle, you're right. I ain't tell her. I didn't tell her I'm going live today so that I can say whatever I want over here, like a bad teenager.
Like a bad
I'm staying out
teenager.
past. I'm staying out past curfew.
Mhm. You staying out past the street lights. Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
Tiny, same thing. Same thing, Supreme. Like you see how her face is really puffy? That's because lots of lipo is happening, but you still eating the same thing and you're not working out.
Mhm. Yeah. Now that you really like say that, I can see a lot of people that have that
It's it
going
because
on.
people don't think about that when they're going and getting these BBLs and all of this stuff. You're getting the BBL, and sure you'll have a flat stomach, but everything else is gonna be puffy. Everything else. And then if you don't maintain that BBL, your booty drops and it looks like a dirty diaper. Like you look like how kids like a baby looks when they have that sagging diaper. That's how your booty gonna look. Or you could
Mm-mm.
come to class and squat and hold.
I love doing squat and holds. I be like when I
Yes.
was doing my indoor workout, which I'm about to get back to, child, because I need to. I was doing a whole bunch of those, and those really know how to. Those
They
hurt,
lift and
child.
tuck,
Those hurt.
man. Nice and round like an English pound. You heard?
Okay, Sesame Street. Yes, I'm loving it though. But yes, yo. So that was the last of the questions. How was that for you?
That was so fun. You're good at honestly, Jay, you are really, really good at this. Like, keep doing this. Like, keep doing interviews. You know how we talk a lot in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd be saying to you that your vibe, that's your that's your niche, your vibe.
Mm-hmm.
And YouTube is just that. It's YouTube. And I think, we all ended up coming on YouTube because we saw someone else and we're like, oh, if they could do it, I can, right? But then when you come on YouTube, you can make it your own.
You
And
can.
that's the beautiful thing about being an Aquarius. Like that's what we do. We make it our own.
Mhm.
So you definitely like you don't have to like niche down or whatever. Just keep doing you and keep being who you are. Like you are the plug. That's what I call you. Like you know everybody and you
Period.
introduce people to people. So that's a thing.
Mhm.
You're a
I
curator.
appreciate that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The connector. The
The
connector.
connects, the connect.
I'm like the connector in Supreme's Legos.
Okay,
The connector.
Supreme. All right. I see what you're saying in the chat. I see what you're saying in the chat now.
That is so
Don't
funny.
get me
But
riled up.
yes. Before we go, do you have anything that you would like to say?
What would I like to say? I would like to say thank you so much for inviting me on here to do this interview. I was quite nervous in the beginning, but you made me feel very, very comfortable. Even with questions like if I was in the bottom of the ocean and my best friend was gonna die because we only had one tank.
Ciao.
Like I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed myself.
I
I
definitely
enjoyed
do.
the questions. I could tell you take your time and you actually you watched my crypto video.
Oh yeah,
That
I
is funny.
I go through it all. I'm telling you, I go through it all. I really, really do because I like to dissect things and I like to get down to the
Yeah.
little details. That's why I was
Like the
like,
little the tiniest watch video is good. But
mm-hmm.
you know what? I'm never gonna take any of these videos off
And you shouldn't.
because it's a part of the journey. You know what I'm
It
saying?
is.
It's a part of the journey. So that's kind of what I wanted to end with. You know how I mean my vlogs end like this too. So why shouldn't the interview, right? Something a positive word from Cotrine. This thing that we're on, this journey that we're in, life, the life journey. You might not be where you want to be, but if you keep working, like seriously take the time to dissect, like Jay said, and study what you want to do and believe in yourself, woo, you can make it to places beyond your wildest dreams. But the only catch is what are you going to do once you make it there? What kind of person are you going to be? Are you going to be the person to bring other people up, or are you going to forget where you came from? Huh? And forget everybody that helped you along the way when you get to the top and start looking down at others. What kind of person are you going to be with that platform that you're going to create? That's the only question I have. I know we have a lot of creators in the building, and this is very important because when I can see greatness in quite a lot of us, like I could see it. I could see you on the other side. I could see you with a monetized channel with this huge platform. What are you going to do with your platform? How are you going to help the smaller creators? Are you still going to reach out to people that only have 100 subscribers, or are you going to be like, talk to me? I'm not getting out of bed for under 10K. Are you going to be that person? Or are you going to be the kind of person that brings people up and really supports the small YouTuber? So that's just something to think about. And sometimes if you seriously answer that question and you know within yourself that you're selfish and you're not going to support others, maybe that's why you're not seeing the success that you want to see. And maybe you need to soul search before you have the success because you just don't deserve it yet.
Mm-hmm. Look at Jay
Oh
earrings
Lord
though.
Supreme.
Child, that is crazy. He's
Ignore
always
him.
the one to do his little thing.
But I always think about that, Jay. Like I think about when I do have a larger platform, I think about that a lot. And how am I going to support others?
Mhm.
Like that's important because when you are on your way up, there are people like larger platforms that see you and bring you on their platform. And there's people that are like, wow, I really like what you're doing. Come over here. So are you going to be the same way or are you just going to forget everybody once you make it to the top? You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like, what kind of
Yeah.
person are you? What kind of person are you going to be?
Yeah. That's so funny that you say that. Because to
Hmm.
be honest, I don't really think about that a lot because I know for sure that I love being able to do 20 questions with Jay. I really, really do. And I will
Hmm.
always want to be able to do it for small content creators, no matter how big I
Yes.
get. You know what I'm saying? I really do because it's so much fun for me and it's fun for a lot of people. And on top of it, it helps to grow people. You know what I'm saying? It helps to be
Yeah.
able to have people reach out to people. And I'm more so of like a motivator than anything else. And I love, like you said, connecting people to people. That's really kind
Yeah.
of my thing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. It's so funny that you say that particular thing because I recorded my video today. I was hoping to be able to actually post it before I got on here, but I didn't have enough time. But I
Hmm.
took a huge chunk of it out, but we'll talk about that when we get off of here. But yes, you guys, thank y'all so much for sticking around with us and watching the interview. This is 20 Questions with Jay, and I am here with Coach Mean. Please make sure to go and check out her content and subscribe to her channel, okay? Thank y'all. Bye.
Bye.